Good day, my name is Antheus Kaiset, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Flash. In this episode, we're going to be playing as Isaac again, and we're actually going to be using the D6 this time, because we unlocked it 2 runs, or maybe 1 or 2 runs ago. So now we're actually going to be using the D6, which is a very fun item that I'm sure many of you would probably know what it does. It allows you to reroll the item pedestal to give you something different than what you would normally get. So you might get something better, or you might get something worse. It's all luck of the draw. And it's also the reason why I don't like going gambling. So other than that, nothing else to... I think like we can get a better... Hopefully we can get better items with these. Secret room here. I think we will not... Actually, you know what? We will blow you up. Because I don't see... Oh, well, I guess that's easy. Yeah, you know what? Maybe now I should have saved my bomb for that situation. Such is the way of life, I suppose. You can never be overly prepared. Into our item room, and I guess this is our first opportunity to do so with the Book of Shadows. So normally the way I would use the D6 is, instead of always trying to re-roll the treasure room or the item room, because the pool for the treasure room is very big, and normally you won't necessarily get something really good out of it. Maybe you might get, once in a while, you could get something like the Sad Onion or Cricket's Head, but then most of the other times you will get something really bad like Obsessed Fan, which I don't believe is in this version of Isaac, but you probably won't get a very good item. Typically, the only other situation where you would re-roll is if it's an active item, and you can't really bring 2 active items. At least not in this version of Isaac. In future versions, you could with usage of the backpack. But we're not playing that version. I think it came out in Super Plus, if I remember correctly. So in this scenario, I can take the belt, which will give us a speed upgrade, which I do like. And instead, we will re-roll this. And we get a little chubby. So we get other items that we can use. I'm going to save my bomb. And I'm just going to go down to the next floor. Lately, these past few days, I have been waking up to different thoughts in my... Yeah, such as the... Should have known better. Well, anyways, these past few days I have been waking up to, for some reason, different songs, and I can't really explain to you why. Today I woke up with the GTA 4 theme song playing in my head, which a really banger song, by the way, if you haven't listened to it. I think that it's definitely one of the top 5 theme songs, and because I'm biased, I'm putting Liberty City Stories as number 2. I think it peaks out from 4 just a little bit in that regard, in terms of which one is better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all songs. It's all subjective. Maybe you might say 3 is the best, or you might say San Andreas is the best. I never really... Well, not to say I didn't enjoy San Andreas' theme. It's a good theme, don't get me wrong. But obviously, since I don't have that strong of an attachment to San Andreas, maybe that's why I don't necessarily think too highly of the song. It's a good song, don't get me wrong, but I don't consider it to be the best. I consider Force to be the best, and I'm definitely much more biased with Liberty City Stories than any other version of GTA. Any other iteration. And we still got a Devil Deal. That's really good. And okay, I know better this time. Just take the pact and just leave, because taking Brimstone might kill me. But also, I don't... I've changed my opinions on Brimstone. I will very likely not take Brimstone in the future. I mean, we have the pact, which is already really good as well. Definitely way better than I think most people would expect. And I guess in this situation that I find myself in, I would prefer it much more as compared to Brimstone. I would prefer the is honestly already putting in lots of work already. Still, it could be telepose. So I'm going to use it later. I will take Boom, actually, having all of this. Oh, this is explosive diarrhea. And it gives me tears down. Amazing. Don't take any pills, kids. Or at least don't take too many of those anyway. I remember back when I was much younger, I had this immense fear of taking pills because the thought has always been in the brain. I'm gonna swallow this, I'm gonna start choking. Hard to really swallow pills. And then I just soon realized that there's a very simple way of overcoming that fear. And that is to just use water. And also to just not even think about it. Because that's a big problem that I believe that comes from just eating pills. Just don't think about it too much. And eventually it just goes away. You won't even think about it when it happens. I wonder if I can say that in like 50 odd years in the future. You know what I should have done? I should have actually rerolled the Brimstone to get a much better item. But I think that is fine. So that would have been a much smarter usage of the D6. And unfortunately, we couldn't get into our item or our shop in the previous floor, so we also had one less opportunity to reroll with the D6. The D6 is definitely one of the best items in the entire series, in my personal opinion. And I know it's not in this version, but I think that Void is actually better than the D6. Even though, you know, the D6 can give you items, I think having better stats with the Void is better. Well, we'll talk about Void when we reach Afterbirth, I believe. I believe that's when Void makes a debut, which is Afterbirth. So far, actually not that great because our HP is really lacking. We don't necessarily have a source of HP that we can just create over and over again, like a Book of Revelations. But we do get the small rock, which is really nice. Now, one thing that's really going for this run that is incredibly underrated would be Little Chubby. Him really putting in a lot of work. I think Little Chubby is a lot better than most people give him credit for. He's a very fun item, to be honest. And it's a very simple item that does a lot more than it. He's kind of like the early version of the finger from, let's say, Afterbirth again. Afterbirth is the one version of official Isaac that I am the least familiar with. Okay, with no keys, I'm gonna go in this one, the hopeful key. If need be, we will use the Hermit card to hopefully buy a key. And if we still can't, we will play the beggar and hopefully get a key from here. Honestly, I will use the Hermit first. So we have Ouija board and the map. Which I will buy the key first, which is the most important. I'm gonna buy the map. And if for some reason we still have money, somehow we will get Ouija board. Ouija board being a lot worse this time because it does not grant you tears up in this version. All it does is the spectral tears, which is not useless, just not as useful, I would say. Going inside here, and we get Little Chad. I thought it was Little Maggie, but it's Little Chad. Little Chad will just give us half of a red heart every 2 rooms, I believe. I believe it's every 2 rooms. Okay, we're going to fight our boss, and I am not paying attention to my screen. And so we will move on once we will fight Pestilence, which is always a welcome. That's not a welcome at all. You in this town. Ooh, I think Little Chubby actually got bounced off from the explosion shots. Something I can do, because I don't recall little chubby being able to do so. Okay, so we don't have the HP for either. And I don't really care for them. We could do... Okay, I don't know how this works. We take 9 lives. And we die. But I think, if I remember correctly, this should still work. Because if we kill ourselves... Oh, we just fight the boss again. Okay, never mind. Because in Rebirth, you can kill yourself, and then when you respawn, it will be in the devil form, so you can pick up the mark. But I guess in this scenario, we just fight Pestilence again. Which, if that's the case, I might be willing to fight them twice, so that we can not only get our achievement, but also... Oh my goodness, we can actually get our achievement. But also... get multiple Super Meat Boys, which will definitely help out a lot. I mean, as you can see, he's just completely well, I guess not really shredding is the right word, but if we can get multiple of these, and I am willing to sacrifice some more. Oh, there we go. We got the bandage. It's appeared in the base. If we can get multiple Super Meat Boys, then we will honestly be set for HP. Just having multiple Super Meat Boys just helping out, doing at least some level of passive damage. I can't believe that this worked. We even get a Spirit Heart from one of those. I am willing to go down to 2 lives so that we can get 2 level 4 Super Meat Boys. Which I can't believe I found this out. Not sure. I wonder if people in the past knew about this. I'm sure eventually someone would have figured it out. Go on, Super Meat Boy, do your thing. I mean, to be fair, we are kind of crushing this fight with our many levels of Little Chubby helping us out. But also, we need to be a little bit careful. I'm willing to go down one last one so that we can get our 2 level 4 Super Meat Boys. If this was in Afterbirth Plus, we wouldn't need to do this. We could just use like a potato peeler, which would have been even better because that item would give a permanent damage. Look at this, we got 2 Super Meat Boys, and we can even go down to the next floor with an extra Spirit Heart that I normally would not get. So I mean, to be honest, this is way better than getting the pack. Getting 2 level 4 Super Meat Boys, you definitely don't see that very often, especially in Flash Eyes. And we will definitely just be steamrolling most of these floors. I can't believe I found this out. I'm really surprised. I may not sound like it, but I'm really surprised we can do something like this. Although the AI for them is not entirely the greatest. If it was a golden chest, I would consider, but we can't even open golden chests anymore. So who cares? This is incredible. And we got Peep here, little Bo Peep. Definitely does not stand a chance whatsoever. Although the Super Meat Boys, oh no, I'm gonna, that was really close. Definitely need to start focusing on the enemies here. Okay, no Devil Deal, which is fine. Good that we have a little bit of extra HP. I think hopefully we can get some keys so we can fight or rather get some keys so we can open up our item room. Which, I mean, we still have like half of the floor left. We will be a-okay. That's another teleport. I'm still not sure if we can get I am error rooms in this version. I would be surprised if we can't. Really do hope I don't lose this extra red heart container. Even if it's not to pay for devil deals. So I am going to go back for a red heart, which I will probably not go for the rest. I had a quote. Well, not necessarily a quote, but I was watching and scrolling. You know me, scrolling through some YouTube shorts, and I remember there was like a sort of motivation short that was about to. Oh, okay. I didn't know. No, Super V4, don't attack the bombs. It was a sort of a inspirational quote that I kind of dismissed when I first saw it, because I thought it was kind of not necessarily sure what kind of description I can give it, but it definitely felt very, I won't say derogatory, but it was more, I guess it kind of, I took offense to it because I honestly, I'm just a little bit of a crybaby in that way. But it was about like, it doesn't matter what it is that you do, you should just start making content, just start streaming, you should just get on it, no one really cares. And then like, when I first heard it, I immediately went on the defensive, just said, oh, of course you could say that, because you have like tons of experience, you all this and that. I had nothing, I have nothing to my name. You have so many things. And then I like decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a small step back, and I really want to listen out to what this person is saying. And then I realized that this person was essentially just speaking the truth, even though I hated that opinion. But it was the truth, you know? If you don't improve, then you're never gonna... If you don't do the videos, you don't do the streams, you're definitely not going to improve, which, to be honest with you, is something that I myself, I won't say struggle with, but it more so that, okay, this is a terrible idea. I'm just gonna leave. And you know what? We're gonna grab this teleports. And it was that when I listened to that advice, it kind of just like hurt me. Like, you're gonna say that same thing again. I don't want to hear that anymore. But then I slowly start to think about it in different aspects of my own personal life, and I realized, like, you know, that person, despite that advice being heard numerous times, is the truth. Like, no matter how much I want to deny it, that is still truth, no matter what. Because I relate to it in the sense that there was a point in my life where I was so physically weak that I couldn't do a single proper push-up, and I was instantly made fun of by a lot of kids. Like, wow, you're so weak, you can't even do like a single push-up, what are you? And that really hurt me for a time. And it was only until like a couple of years afterwards that I kind of got over it, and then I started to really get into the fitness game once again. And that's how I managed to really pull myself from my own bootstraps. I say to myself, you know, I finally did it, and I could make and do a proper push-up, and I'm really proud that I can do that. I think my PB for the most number is like 32, like very strict form 32 in like 1 minute, or like in one setting. That's like my PB, which is, to be honest, it's not a lot. It's really not a lot. And there's also like the opinion of, you know, is it really like strict form and whatnot? Because sometimes it's not. I keep seeing so many videos of people saying, okay, this is the most number of push-ups that I've done in a couple of minutes. And then I see their form, and it's like, is it rude that I just say 0, 0, 0, 0, 0? Because they really don't go all the way down, hold, and then go all the way back up and hold, all the way down and hold. That's, to me, that's a perfect push-up. And that's something I've been really forcing and training myself with. Whereas I keep seeing all those people just not necessarily doing the perfect form. Which I guess is not, you know, it's not my place to judge. You can do whatever you want with however it is that you want to perform your exercises. It's just that you can't really... it's rude for me to say, and I am in definitely no position to necessarily give a full opinion. All I'm saying is that if you're gonna do perfect form, as you would say, then go all the way down, hold, go all the way back up and hold, and then just keep doing this over and over again until you get your record. This is why I always think that getting at least 100 in 1 minute is almost impossible. Because if you're doing like strict form that's really moderately paced, that is full perfect form, like in 1 minute, that's physically, I guess I won't say physically impossible, but it would be very tight. And to see so many people do it, well, I guess it's also the, what's it called, the survivorship bias. Because, you know, I'm literally searching for the people who have done it. Whereas, you know, most people probably won't be able to. So, you know, there's that part as well. Yeah, I'm noticing something wrong with this run. My individual damage is not very good. So I need some more damage, if you will. I think we will take Guardian. I was thinking about the latter, but I think Guardian Angel will be a little bit better for a defensive item. Our item room gives us the Game Kid, which luckily for us, we don't have to eat. Which will give us PhD. That's very nice. I think there are some tiers down. But yeah, this is the power of the D6. If you just get a crap item, just re-roll it and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they give you. I need to remember that's not very nice. I need to remember that Super Meat Boy pushes bombs around, which I am so glad they did not put that in future versions, because that would be very annoying. I can't tell if we have any pills. Those are keys, and that's a chest, but I think I need bombs. Any bombs for that? I do need bombs for that, but I have no bombs. That's okay. This might be worth it. Or it could not be. But it might be worth it. You never know. We could get an item. It could be... Oh, I was gonna say Fate, but... I don't think Fate is in this version. I also need to think twice about that Super Meat. Well, we don't have a battery charge, so I'm just gonna take the HP. And I don't think batteries exist in this version of Isaac. So, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oops. Oh, wait, I think that's a pill, if I remember correctly. Please be a pill. That is a pill, but it's telepills. Never mind. I thought it was a tears down pill. But I am thinking of the previous floor. Speaking of personal fitness that I've been going through, I will say that I have been lacking in my physical fitness, but I will say that I'm at least doing my dailies, my quote-unquote dailies, if you will. And that is to do, like, 2 sets of as many squats as I can, 2 sets of as many push-ups as I can, slowly integrating pull-ups. That's something I still haven't done yet, which I definitely should. We got Necronomicon. I didn't even know that was an achievement. Another one would be to do pull-ups, which I'm still really bad at. I think my PB's 3, which is not very good, keep in mind. And I think I'm mostly brute forcing. Actually, we'll just re-roll this. And Mop's bottle of pills is not good for this time. I was thinking about picking up the bottle of pills and using it so we can get tears ups and whatnot, but I don't think we'll do it. In fact, I don't think we will be getting rid of any of our HP. We will mostly likely keep all of it. I hate these jumping enemies. For some reason, they feel a lot more difficult to dodge in this version of Isaac compared to other versions. At least that's how I find it, with their speed. I'm also not paying attention. I also don't know what's giving us extra charges. I know that's the battery, but I'm not sure exactly what the battery's full extent is. Okay, I'm gonna go this way because there's more dead ends. We can find more... Hopefully, more special rooms, which we do find our treasure room. And our treasure room is... Bomb Bag, which I will actually take. Because bomb bag can give us bombs, which may or may not help us in the future for more secrets. Actually, I should go into our item room, or our secret room for that matter, which we will get hopefully a item pedestal that is worth rerolling. With no usage for money, I think I will play this. Hopefully we get the dollar bill so that I can we can re-roll it into the dollar bill, so we can roll into a different secret room. More stuff, but I don't think nothing is really worth mentioning unless we get the dollar bill, or I guess a fly, I suppose. This didn't happen to me a few days ago. This happened quite a while ago that I had. And I'm sure many of us also had this experience, but have you ever had a backache so bad that you needed to use the bathroom? Like a really, really bad one. That you just said, you know what, I can't do this, I need to use the bathroom. I've had so many of those for quite a while, and you know, that's me shrimping a lot. I will admit that is something I need to fix, but I will say, at least for this particular video, I am doing a better job at sitting up straight. And honestly, the breathing has been a lot easier this time as compared to all the other times, because I kept shrimping and whatnot. Because one concern that I had with at least my setup was not being able to listen clearly into the microphone. But then I realized that me sitting up straight actually doesn't affect it that much. I can actually yap and be heard much clearer if I actually sit up straight than if I were to let myself shrimp up, if you will. Shrimping up is not good. I used to think that my back was very, I guess, flexible, if you will. So, reroll. Deck of cards, which is still not that great. There's Chariot, which could be useful, actually. Oh, I have no money. If we have a cent, we could play the Blood Bank, and hopefully that can give us Blood Bag, which will allow us to get a speed up and an HP as well. So, like, I've learned that actually just sitting up straight is so much better, and that I am less flexible than I originally thought. Because I've always had this idea that because I could do a full body bridge, and technically speaking, I still can do a full body bridge that Sun card actually is a lot better. I'm going to keep the Sun card for this. So doing a back bridge, I felt really proud that I could do it. But then when I decided to record myself just to see, like, okay, how much am I doing the bridge properly? My back was a straight line. There was not a singular curve on that back whatsoever. And I felt completely humbled. Damn, really? All of my efforts just completely gone. And I thought I was such a hot shot that I could do a full body bridge with a good back. And then I realized, oh wait, no, your back is like completely incapable of flexing the other way. You're not that much of a hot shot as you think you are. You know, which sucks. And that kind of hurt my, well, I guess I say hurt my ego, but like not really. I just got humbled from it. And I thought, you know, that was a fairly interesting perspective to get, because I would never have gotten it if I didn't record myself and I didn't reflect on what it is that I had done. I'm gonna do this and use the Sun card, which will heal all of our red cards. We will get money, and the only item I would actually trade for is money. Just the only thing that is worth it. Hey! Blood Bag, very nice. We'll take our full card. I don't know where our Chariot card is actually. I don't know if we will have enough charges to re-roll both items to gleam something out of. Because if it's another active item, then, well, we're not keeping it as option. But with the battery, I think, yeah, it's giving us extra charges. So we will be a-okay. Yeah, just another charge right there. I think, like, the battery is all different types of battery items, from different versions of Isaac combined into one. Which means that this item is actually a lot better than I thought. Like jumper cables. I don't think car battery existed in this one. Sure, I guess. I don't think there's a thing called a sack of keys, so unfortunately we don't have like super sack. Which is what the girls would call mine if they saw it. Haha, just kidding, I never had a girlfriend. I don't, every time I think of, just kidding, I never had a girlfriend, I will always think of that one line in GTA LCS radio. It just says, I never had a girlfriend, speaking of my penis. I don't know, I love that radio so much when I was listening to it the very first time I played LCS. Because it's just a complete common, like, comedic parody of radio that I also never gave the other radios a chance, which, as I mentioned, I do love, like, now listening to the other songs and also getting bored with listening to that particular radio. I think that the other radios, I haven't given it a fair chance, but now that I have, they are actually pretty good. Also, I think in this scenario, I will play this beggar, get whatever item he has, hopefully not an active item, and then we will... Okay, well, if it's Steam sale, I'm not really going to. We will just fight Mom and hopefully get a Devil Deal. If we do, then we will reroll that. If we don't, then we will just simply use the full card to get out so that we can get our rerolls from our item boxes. And then I think we can also get the Emperor card, if I remember correctly, being on this. I'm also not paying attention to the items. Okay, so we will take this, use the full card, and we will re-roll the bottled pills because there's no way we can get it, or we can keep it rather. And we get the Book of Revelations, which I will not use because I do not really want to fight a horseman. So we will go back, get our Emperor card, and we will just go down to the next floor. I have been listening to the radio. I'm gonna make an opinion. I think that in-house music made by Rockstar themselves that is 100% original is better than whenever they license the music. There's some licensed music that's nice to listen to, but I would prefer the in-house music, to be honest, that fit the overall theme of the game. That's why I think Head Radio is a lot better than most people give it credit for, and why Rise FM is not that great. But that's just my opinion, you never know. Maybe you might like Rise FM more. I don't. I haven't given Lips 106 enough of a chance yet. And Liberty Jam is another one that I haven't given enough of a chance as well. Okay, so for this floor, our boss is definitely on the bottom left, which is where I'm at too. I'm the big boss. And I need to learn how to deal with these super BBs. Money equals power would hit so much. How much money we get. And I'm also just realizing as I am like thinking about cards, there's no Joker cards on this version of Isaac. Just tarots, no playing cards. Oh, Super Meat Boy. Yeah. Or I guess in this case, Super Meat Boys. Doing the work, Super Meat Boys. Very quick core, actually. We're just steamrolling this, especially with the help of Super Meat. Hopefully we get a Devil Deal so that we can get our items. No Devil Deal, but we get the Pentagram. I almost called it Abaddon. I think we will... Ooh, I actually don't know for certain where the item is this time. Okay. I think the plan is to clear out this floor and immediately just Emperor on the floor. Unless this is Sun? That's death. Okay. If it was a Sun card, I would take the Sun card over. Because the Sun card is just a full HP. Which is incredibly useful if we can facilitate. I mean, double Super Meat Boy is incredibly powerful, and I'm still surprised at the 9 lives thing, because I was just comfortable getting the mark, but we got 2 level 4 cubes of meat from that, or Super Meat Boys. So unlike in other versions of Isaac, for some reason, the Devil Deal will not give us items, but instead just a trip down to show. So we can't give away any more HP, nor can we get any more better items. Just very low on HP. Well, I say low HP, not really low HP. But enough for me to be concerned with. I don't remember if I've been in here, actually. I have not, and I will just blow you up. I don't have the patience. Get a dollar bill from you. Okay, if it's not here, then it's the top right for our boss room. Of course, I get hit on the diagonal. This is what happens when you're not paying attention, my friend. This is not our boss, so I'm just gonna leave. Actually, there's really no point staying there. Oh, I was gonna say I could bomb for more rooms, but I don't have any there. The bomb bag is definitely not doing its job enough, especially when it does something like that. Giving me a troll bomb. Just one bad thing about this particular item. Overall, we should be fine. We do have the damage to pretty much coast for the rest of this room. Some Meat Boys just doing their thing. Oh, could get a Sun card. Even a Lovers would actually hit the spot right now. But instead we get Bob's Rotten Head. I don't think the Devil Room will do us any good. I'm just gonna take this. Battle Mushroom. Really good as well. I'm not sure how Super Meat Boys will react to enemies that Mom spits out. I guess really nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about as long as Mom's heart, or it lives, kind of just stays there. I need to really challenge the Knights to lose unnecessary HP. So we have like about 5 hits. I don't want to lose my red hearts when I go down to the next floor. Like to keep positive. I don't even know what hit. Okay. 3 hits is not good. Can I win with only half of my HP? Okay, I'm going to go into other rooms, hopefully get some HP, because I think, if I recall, the enemies on this floor are definitely easier than the ones in short. So hopefully we just get more health. I'm willing to go to 6 hearts. I might just clear the entire floor now that I think about it. Because the floor itself is not... I was gonna say not difficult, but I almost got hit there. Tears up, that's very nice. How much different would this run be if I got Brimstone? Unfortunately, we need to work twice as hard to get more HPs. More HPs. Sometimes despite being my very first language, I still don't speak the language very well. Might have to play you guys. I'm definitely not going down until we get Scatua. That would be foolish of me. I don't want to do that all over again. I just need some red hearts. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. Spirit Heart is also just as nice. I have a thing in my notebook that is called Kingdom Hearts, but I don't have any relation to Kingdom Hearts whatsoever. I'll be honest, I still have not seen the first Kingdom Hearts, and the only thing I know is that the Kingdom Hearts franchise is very complex, in the sense that the franchise has been going on for 25 years and there's 12 games, and the only reason why I know that is because there was a comment that I saw that said that exact same thing. Although, I could be completely wrong in that statement. Because I never bothered looking at the franchise whatsoever. Doing pretty well for HP. Just need one more. Spirit Hearts are always nice, but I would like one last red heart, just to be extra certain. I mean, we have the money. There's really no need to fret. Alright, we got the red heart. Let's get out of here. Okay, this should, in theory, be a very simple Satan fight. And if I lose, I will officially be touted as the worst Isaac player of all time, if this does not work. Okay, go to Emperor. Fight Satan. Hopefully not lose. I keep forgetting the Super Meat Boys have betrayed me over and over again. Okay, this should be a very simple fight. We will just crush the entirety of the Fallen. I mean, double Meat Boy power. Definitely coming in clutch. I'm so glad I decided to play that game of Pestilence and get my level 4 QB twice. Although the second guy is not putting in enough work. There you go, that's much better. I'm also taking lots of damage, but that's fine. We have enough to tank the entirety of this fight. And this should be the end of Satan. And I don't think the Lamb is available. I don't think so. I think the final boss of Isaac is Satan. Oh, there's Mom's knife. Complete show with Isaac. And I don't think we can get Lamb, at least for a while, and I don't think we can get Blue Baby for a while either. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. So glad about that 9 lives thing that I found out. I'm definitely going to exploit that. Although I guess it still needs a little bit of tweaking, since you can only do it if your item room or your Devil Deal has 9 lives. And then you just do that over and over again. Oh, well, anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!